Today we've got an M18 with a catastrophic failure on the bench. This was a customer's engine off of a Gravely Rider. I think this was a 16G. So this is technically a Kohler M18 rebadged as a 16 horse for Gravely. The concern was they had it in another shop. The shop told them the engine was shot. They didn't really give a full diagnosis, so they brought it to us. We checked it out. It definitely, you would engage the starter, but nothing would happen, so it seemed like the engine was locked up. I pulled a couple things externally quickly just to see what was going on, and I definitely wasn't able to rotate the crankshaft by more than 160 degrees or something, not even 180 degrees. When I pulled the cylinder jugs off, this is what they look like. This thing has been run extremely hot. There's basically zero airflow going through that cylinder. And that cylinder, I believe that's number 1. Cylinder 2 is just as bad. So it was definitely run hot, had a massive oil leak, and we're about to split the case and see what's going on. A little bit of preliminary forensics showed when I took the fuel pump off, we are missing a camshaft. The camshaft has left the chat, so yeah, that's not good. Also, I noticed when I tried to rotate it around, I had the valve covers off, that not all the valves were moving. So we've definitely got a camshaft failure. We looked down through the oil tube here and checked that we could see the governor gear, which we could see it, but it looked a little cockeyed. So my suspicion is that we have an engine that ran hot, leaked oil, may have been low on oil, and then the governor failed, the engine oversped, and now we've got massive carnage. And so what we're going to try to determine now is what is actually savable, because we can save a lot of the external components. I'm not a Gravely collector, so there's a Gravely crankshaft here that may be good. Gravely has a specific camshaft or crankshaft. Gravely also has a specific closure plate that they made just for Kohler, or that Kohler made just for Gravely. So that's a good part that is probably not the easiest thing to find. So there's some Gravely specific stuff in here that may be helpful to somebody, but I'm not sure that even the case is going to be salvageable. So yeah, we can definitely see already we've got rod damage. We're definitely looking at rods. We're definitely looking at a cam. We don't know what else. The governor gear. Let's just open up the case and see what we get. Maybe. There it goes. All right. You ready? Oh! All right. So, take it back. What do we have here? A delightful treat for all to see. We've got the camshaft, another part of a camshaft. We've got another part of a camshaft. We got some bits and bobs down here in case you're hungry. We've got, let's see, I bet the oil pump gear is probably chewed up. Crank gear, not so sure. Cam gear, totally shot. Totally chewed up. Cam is gone. Just sitting there. There's our governor gear. It's you know, it's there. What's this? Oh, that's just a, you know, it's just a tappet laying in there. Okay, there's a tappet laying in there. This tappet is seized in the bore. That one's not. That one fell into the case. This one, yep, that's also seized in the bore. We've got some damage to the case here. Nothing critical there necessarily, but it looks like we've got some damage in the cam bore there and the case right next to the cam. And looks like over there we got some damage too. So keep them cool, keep them lubricated. This is Not an uncommon failure for a Magnum, but it's not entirely the design's fault. I mean, this thing was definitely run hot. You can see how stained the pistons are from heat. Basically like freaking frying pan in there. And then the other thing I noticed is that the breather was broken. So this had the old breather on it, and this umbrella seal was just kind of laying in there. That's the old style umbrella seal, and they just, yeah, you can see it's done. So it probably had blow by, it overheated, had an oil leak, it oversped, and kaboom, there we go. So just wanted to share some carnage with you. Just wanted to share some carnage with you guys, and yeah, we'll see what we can save. If anybody needs any Gravely related stuff, we're gonna pull this crank, and if it looks decent, we'll save that in case anybody wants it, and we'll save this closure plate too if anybody needs it. I'm probably gonna save the jugs and have them bored for another M18, and yeah, it'll live on in another machine, but it's not good.